Thank you so much. All right, so um, this is going to be interesting, guys, because I just knocked down my tripod, but it's okay because that's what happens when you're doing things in real life. So I want to welcome you to my talk today, and I want to start out by asking you guys, can you tell me what my talk says? Can you say it out loud? Okay, what's WTF stand for? Okay, these are my people. I just want you to know, right? So I wanted to name it something that was provocative because I felt like oftentimes when we're looking at AI, that's how we feel. For me, I am an end user, so I'm not the person that's actually putting everything together. However, I am the person that's not only using it, but teaching other people, specifically business owners, how to use AI to be a lot more effective. So, in my purview, that means that there are a lot of things that are missing from AI. And I think that based on what Ms. Chick said earlier, our talks really complement each other because I believe in the humanization of things. I think that there was a time, if you guys can just go down memory lane with me really quickly. Do you remember? Close your eyes for me. Everybody, close your eyes. All right. Everybody that's here that's old enough, do you remember the 1900s? You remember the 1900s? Okay. So in the 1900s, what you could do is you could simply live your life and mind your business, right? You could simply in the 1900s do all kinds of things and get away with it. Nobody was recording you. And do you remember eating back in the day before and you didn't actually need to take a picture or a video? These were what I like to call the good old days. So I'm going to reset really quickly. And got it. All right. And I have wonderful helpers here. All right. So the thing about this is that we're no longer in the 1900s, unfortunately. The good old days of music, because now AI is even taking over people's voices and also making music. What's going to happen is, yeah, there are some people that are going to lose their jobs. There are some people that are going to embrace it. And there are some people that are going to hate it no matter what, no matter how helpful it is to them. But I would say for us to use it to our best advantage. So, what I want, and mind you, we only have 10 minutes. So, I need 7 volunteers to come up to the front. So, give me 7 people. Come on. 7 people, 7 people, 7 people, 7 people. All right. All right, so each one of you is going to get a piece of paper. All right. All right. Give it. I got more than enough. So make sure everybody has a piece of paper from my 7 people. Okay. Tell me once we got it. We're good. Got 7. Okay. If you want to come on up. We got extra sheets of paper. Get on in here, girl. Come on in here. All right. So, people with the paper, what I want you guys to do is you guys close your eyes really quickly, okay, and keep them closed the entire time. All right? I want you to take your piece of paper and I want you to fold it in half for me. Okay? And then I want you to go to the top corner of that piece of paper and I want you to fold it to the middle of the piece of paper. Okay? Then I want you to rip a hole in the middle of the paper. Y'all love this, right? You didn't know that you were going to get all this excitement today. Arts and crafts and everything. Okay? No, you don't have to throw it. You can hold on to your piece of paper. All right? Now, what I want you guys to do is open up your eyes and open up your sheet of paper. Unfold it for me. Okay? So, now, what do you guys see? Do you see all of these art projects that just got created? Okay. So, to me, this is how I look at AI. Everybody had the exact same instructions, didn't they? Okay? But based on what you thought and your perception of things, you did things a little bit differently. Some people's holes are really big. Put your hands up, give her a clap for her really big hole, okay? Sounds slightly inappropriate when I said that afterwards, okay? All right. Had to think about that one. All right, now, Okay. This one right here, she is the most creative out of everybody because somehow she made 3 sheets of paper out of hers. Give her a round of applause. Okay. This guy right here, he's kind of got a little heart too. Okay, you got a heart? Okay, but you didn't unfold your paper all the way, which means you have 2 hearts now, right? Okay, what about you? What we got? Oh, so she cheated. So she has 2 pieces of paper. So she has 2 holes. Okay. What's going on here?
I didn't know. I thought we needed to just cut a little hole.
It's okay.
I made an edit and made a big hole.
Oh, so you edited after the fact. Okay, we love that. What about yours? Okay, you have a nice little small hole and you have a tear up in the top.
Yeah, main hole, satellite hole.
A main hole and a secondary? Okay, he's adventurous, isn't he? Okay. And then let's see yours. Oh. Oh, and so she actually used another tool, and now she has a mask that she's created here, right? Okay, so give them a round of applause, all right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, you guys just illustrated my point. Now, I'm going to try to do this clicker thing because I haven't used this one before. I think we're going forward. We're not going forward. Are we going forward? We're not going forward. Okay, clicker, go forward. There we go. So this is actually what I wanted you to think about today with WTF, is to write, to think, and to flow. Now, oh, thank you. There you go. Give me, right? The other one was good too, though, right? The other one's how you feel, but this is what I want you to think about. I want you to think about what you actually input into any AI system. You're going to get back something, but is it the something that you want? So this just illustrated that we can give it the same instructions, but what we thought may have been different. What other tools we're using could be different. Our perspective, the size of things, how long something needs to be, duration, all of those things make a difference in what we get back from AI. So this is the problem. It's not you, it's really the AI. Let's just blame the AI. Clap for if you want to blame the AI. It's not you. Not you at all, right? This is the AI's problem. But if you're vague, it's going to give you back vague responses. The more specific you are, the better responses that it can give you. But sometimes you don't even know how much more specific you need to be until you actually get into the AI, ask it one question, and then start allowing it to ask you more questions, which then may prompt you to give different responses and also give it more information. So I want you to really think about the fact that the things that you put in there are there for it to be an assistant to you. I like to say, utilize AI as if it's your employee handbook. I'm teaching you because I'm paying for you. Raise your hand if you have a paid AI. You pay for it, okay? Once I pay for you, you get a name. Now, mine, her name is Chatty, but I'm about to switch over to Claudette because Claudette has been doing some really nice things for me, right? So I like to think about the fact that if I'm going to pay you, I need you to respond in a way that is going to reach my audience. So what I'm doing and what somebody else is doing may be totally, completely different. If you speak a certain way, if you want it to be more corporate, consider those things whenever you're talking about the messaging that you have. Now, in addition, you have to write it, right? So you need to think about how do you want it to respond. And I know that for some people, this is probably a lower level thing, but I need you to understand, a lot of times we come into these spaces thinking everybody is on the same playing field, and that is not the case. So even if you are the person that is actually the developer, you still need to think about who's your end user. A lot of times, they need step-by-step things in order for them to be successful, to be able to use it so that they don't feel overwhelmed, so that this way it becomes something that is now a tool for them as opposed to something that they see as the enemy. And a lot of times, that's what AI is. So people are like, well, what is the AI, right? They have to really make it make sense for them and how they use it. So I want you to think about when you write, to be as clear and concise as possible, but also be as messy as possible and give it as much information as you possibly can so that then this way it has that, it can store that in the memory, and then it can use that to infer for later. So let me show you what I did. This is a picture. This is a real picture, okay? You see that little chocolate face up there? That's me. Okay, I'm the one in the orange. This is an event that we did with City of High Point, and this is one of my friends, Janetta Appling from Department of Revenue. So we have a podcast called Give It to the People. Feel free to go ahead and subscribe on Spotify and all of your channels now. But it's called Give It to the People. And with that podcast, we like to interview people about business, get perspective of things that are human, things that make sense, and that, again, make things easy for people. So I took this as a reference and I said, well, take this picture and I want to change out the woman because we're going to interview other people. So the first one I did, I told it I wanted a woman and I wanted to have on a teal jacket. I wanted it to have beautiful, colorful artwork in the background. All right, so that's the first one. The second one, I told it we'll change the woman to a man. So it changed it to a man, all right? Now, my next prompt was, I want you to change it to a white man. What do you think it did? Anybody? What kind of white man? No, because I told it keep me chocolate and cute. Yeah. It had clear instructions on me. Keep me chocolate and cute exactly as I am. That's what I told it to do. All right? But this is what it did. So I said turn him into a white man. So it gave him white hair in one of them, and then in the other one, it gave him a white suit as if he were Colonel Sanders. Okay? So this is why it is important, the people that are actually programming things, the words that we use. The next thing I did, I said, well, listen, since it took white literally, how about I go ahead and say Caucasian? And when I did that, then it gave me this handsome gentleman. And I was like, okay, all right, yeah, you did a good job. Now, he might be just regular Caucasian, but I don't think that he is, right? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, he could be. I mean, maybe his mother is Italian. I don't know. You know, I love a little spaghetti, right? So maybe, but he's looking like he's not completely Caucasian, right? Now, its interpretation of Caucasian was, well, I'm going to go ahead and change him a little bit. So I need to refine what I'm saying to make it a little bit more specific or give it direct pictures so that it has a reference for some of those things and then it can make those changes. And this is the same exact example on AI that we used in real life. I can give you a prompt, but you are going to change it and base it on what you think. Now, if this is what AI thinks a Caucasian male is, then I don't know what's going on. Like, I mean, it needs to change up some things because it could be, right? But maybe they just went on Ancestry.com to make him a Caucasian male, all right? So here are some things for you to do. The last step is for you to think. When you're building a conversation, just like with real people, ask, what are you missing? Ask, how can you do better? Ask it to rewrite things for you. The biggest thing about AI is it is there to be helpful, but we still have to give it the information that is necessary for it to do its job. Now, one thing I would like to think about is once you get it refined to where it's working perfectly for you, then take into consideration that if you take those same prompts and you put them in a different AI, then you still may get different results, right? So we have to look at what's our main thing that we're using and what lens do we want to look through, and are we trying to reach a certain demographic with the messaging that we're putting out? Because then that does make a difference. If I tell it to write for women, it writes differently for women. If I tell it to write for moms, then it's going to write differently for moms, right? So take into consideration that you are really the master of this. This is your employee handbook and what you're creating and what you're crafting when you're putting it into the AI. The AI will only give you results as good as what you gave it, right? So I want you to think about that the next time that you go to start to make your prompts, if you need to refine things so that this way things come out better for you and for what your intended purpose and your audience is, okay? Now, I like to stay on time, so I know I didn't use my whole 10 minutes, right? But I wanted to make sure that this way you guys had this at the end. You got to flow, right? When we talk about this whole thing, it's supposed to go together. So with this, I want you to look at, you have an idea, refine it, okay? And then do some type of draft. And this may be where in the draft stage, you might want to put that same kind of prompt or whatever information you're requesting into multiple platforms because you're going to get different responses. And then publish whatever your final thing is. But never ever forget the human side of this. Never ever forget to edit on your own. Never ever forget to put your own voice in there. So when it says warmly at the end of any type of salutation, I'm like, I didn't want to warmly send you anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that warmly out. But I've been using at the end of mine in community, right? Because that's one of the things that I believe in is community and being in this ecosystem. Change things to reflect who you are, your values, and what you really want people to see when it comes to the AI. Because at the end of the day, all we have is us. And even though one day the machines are probably going to take over, and some of you are probably creating the ones right now that are going to take over, all right, you don't have to raise your hand. You know what you're creating in the background. And but the biggest thing is that until that happens, we still have to use it for the best of what we can do right now. So I want you to take this and I want you to be able to use it into something that is going to be impactful for you. And I should be right in my time. So what I want to do too, at the end of everything that I like to do, I like to take a big gigantic group picture. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and then we're gonna do a video. We're gonna say, give it to the people. Can y'all do that for me? Yes. Okay, perfect. Look at this audience. So awesome. Okay, audience, come on, guys. I'm gonna put it up here so we can try to get as many people in as possible. Oh, he's taking a picture. Aren't you cute? Get that picture in there, bud. Okay, hold on. I got too many things going. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna get in the middle. Y'all ready? Are you ready, sir? I feel like you're ready. Okay, so we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna say, give it to the people. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Give it to the people. Okay, what in the world? Did y'all hear the words? Some of y'all in the back. Huh? They didn't hear it. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. We're going to say, give it to the people. You got it? All right, give it to the people. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Give it to the people. Okay, we have all different kinds of starts. We're going to take that as a good, yay, good job, guys. And if you have any questions or anything, feel free, reach out, connect, and I'm going to hand it over to our lovely comedian. You guys have an amazing day.